Yeah, we're having fun and stuff on the beach, and it's all thanks to my all-inclusive resort. This looks like paradise, but the truth is there's a hidden underside that commercial tourism wants tourists to ignore. This is responsible tourism. How not to be this guy. Conventional tourism tells us that the best vacation is spent with them and only them. However, this type of tourism causes three major issues. The first of which is disenfranchisement of the local population. In other words, these types of big biz tourism exploit the local population in many ways, and the most common are excluding the locals, whether that be by extreme prices or by physical exclusion from places that they once were free to enjoy. Either way, in both cases, the locals now have no say. Not only that, but by keeping the tourists secluded to the resorts, local businesses suffer because no one buys from them. And even when and if locals get hired onto these places, they're often low-paying, poor conditions, and are dead-end minimum wage jobs. The second common issue with conventional tourism is that these businesses exploit the local natural resources. Take for instance even at home in Las Vegas, a place that literally has almost no water of its own, yet because tourists will pay the big money to come to the casinos, water is pumped in at excessive amounts to present Las Vegas as something it isn't and cannot sustain, all at the cost of locals who rely on this limited supply of water to supply their own lives. Lastly, conventional tourism can cause a change or loss in the local cultural heritage. This can happen by turning local customs into commodities, or by standardizing each destination in the process of satisfying tourists' desire for familiar facilities. Yet the list goes on. This is just the most common issues in regard to conventional tourism. So how do we become the responsible tourist? Well, first, I think it is important to understand what responsible tourism is. It is minimizing negative economic, environmental, and social impacts. It is generating greater economic benefits for the local people and involving them in decisions that affect their lives. It contributes to the conservation of natural and cultural heritage, and it provides a more enjoyable experience for the tourists by allowing them to connect with the local people and gain an understanding of the local cultural, social, and environmental issues. Now, how this is done is up to you, but here are tips on how to become a responsible tourist. Don't be the ugly American. Find out as much as possible about your destination and the people that live there. Learn a few words if you don't know their language. But good words like thank you and hello, not just cuss words. Pack light. Choose responsible lodging choices, and there are websites that can help you do so. Here's an example of one. Engage in the local culture. Respect local customs and traditions. Hire local guides and remember to tread lightly. And treat it as someone else's home. In this day and age, it is likely that you will travel to somewhere unfamiliar to you, whether that be a long stay in a remote village on an island somewhere in this area, or maybe even take a weekend getaway trip to our neighbors upstairs. No matter where you go, I hope you do so responsibly, my friends.